YouTube, welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. Thought we'd do a real quick snack video for you today, try to bring you up to speed on what we've been doing here for the last few weeks. Haven't been with you since we took the truck out to Boot Hill Speedway on Memorial Day, but want to update you on a couple of projects here in the shop, specifically on our modified and the progress that Ryan's making on it. So ride along with us. We'll get you up to speed. The first thing I want to show you is this area up here on my wall. We redid the inside of the shop, and unfortunately this weekend marks the 1-year anniversary of the loss of my brother Gene Humphrey. Gene Humphrey, as you've seen in some of my previous videos, was my closest friend. He was my middle brother. We have 3 of us brothers, and I'm the youngest, and I'm currently 61. My brother was 68, and he died from complications. Just happened within 7 days of some kidney cancer issues. And anyway, he took Keytruda, which is a very popular treatment for cancer. It's a blood infusion, and he was one of the few people in the whole world who had a reaction and really shut down all of his organs. He was in intensive care for 7 days. We thought that he was going to be okay. They put him in a room. Then we had this huge storm come through here in North Louisiana a year ago, knocked out power to like 100,000 people. He was in the hospital for basically 2 or 3 days with no power. They could not get generators going. This is our biggest hospital here in Shreveport. He was up on the 10th floor, laying in extreme heat and like in the mid 80s in his room. It was just horrible. And anyway, the Lord decided it was time to take him home. And the good thing is he's a lot better off than us here on earth. But I want to do this kind of dedication to him in my shop. My sister-in-law let me have all the racing memorabilia out of his shop. I'll give you a close-up here in just a minute. But he was a 3-time track champion, a 2-time IMCA modified champion, and then a 1-time Sportster champion, all in dirt tracks here, actually all here at Boot Hill Speedway, but he won in multiple tracks, went all the way out to South Carolina, won out there, and in an IMCA modified, and he won at many local tracks here locally. But I wanted to dedicate one whole wall to my shop, in my shop here to him, and I'll show you a close-up again here in just a second. But that's probably one of the biggest projects I've been working on here for the last couple of weeks. I had to hand clean every one of these trophies. Man, they had like a 1/4 inch of dust on them. So it was something that needed to be done anyway. So we got that done, and I'll give you a close-up of that right now. My brother never had any kids of his own. He did get married when he was like 50, in his young 50s when he got married. And he never had any children of his own. So me and my kids and my brother's kids were all of his children, so to speak. He looked at me, I think, as a child sometimes, but he saved everything. He was a very successful racer. You can see all the stuff, the articles he had here. Even when I used to work for IMCA, he even had one of the articles here where I mentioned about him coming out and racing in South Carolina when I was a regional director out there. But we raced motorcycles together, and I actually won a national AMA event right here, and he ran the same race with me. He finished 3rd or 4th, excuse me, in that race. And but that's back in the early 80s. And this is some of the cars here that that's just modified. He was sponsored by McDonald's for a long time. That's asphalt racing, and that's the night there he drove my car in the mechanics race, 1984. Excuse me, got something hung in my throat. He was just he ran super stocks. These are basically limited late models, essentially with a steel body on them. He hand built that truck, that ramp truck, from scratch, and he had a couple of stuff. This is my winter stickers just in 1 year. This is how many feature races I won in 1984. We had a really good year when I won track championship with all this motor stuff. He followed me out when I was a NASCAR pit crew member. That's me gassing Lake Speed, and he got some pictures of that. Excuse me. This is our first modified. This is our late model coupe. This is 1975, and that car there was the first car we bought. My oldest brother there, Douglas, borrowed $3,000 from the bank and went and got it. And Gene actually drove it some. My dad drove it some. Now, this is an interesting picture. This is my brother and Paul Newman when they did this movie, Blaze was the name of the movie. I was thinking Blaze's House, but Blaze, it was a story of the governor of Louisiana. And that was filmed in my little hometown in Saline, Louisiana, years ago. But Gene took his race car down there, this car here. You couldn't get up to see Paul Newman. As soon as Paul Newman saw that race car, he made a beeline straight out there to talk to my family. And that was my mom, and that was there. But anyway, that was good times. This is my first race car in 1983. And but he would save all these pictures because he loved everything. There's some of his trophies there. You can see his 2-track champions for IMCA. Again, that's the night he won the mechanics race there. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry about my throat. This is Louisiana State Fairgrounds. He won a bunch of races there on the asphalt. Ran the same car on dirt and on asphalt both. Kind of give you some. But I want to do this for him. And I've got his jacket up there, one of his fire suits. I found this down in his shop. This meant a lot to me. This is one of his helmets. This is the helmet he's actually driving in this super stock car. Again, kind of a limited late model type of deal. Still has a red clay on it. This is a pair of his gloves and his neck brace he used to wear. So anyway, just something, got another jacket up there. Now, one thing he had in his shop, my brother was restoring a 66 Nova, and he was an incredible mechanic. But he was in the process of restoring this. This is a 1976 Trail 70 CT70, I think. I think we got to verify. My sister-in-law's got the paperwork to give him. I think it's a 1976, based on the color and based on some other stuff. But he was in the process of restoring this. Now, I went ahead and bought it from her. I want to finish it. My goal is to finish this thing. I had to put the seat on it. They got the handlebars, got the gas tank installed. But we're going to go ahead and powder coat everything, sandblast everything, get it clean. We're going to go and put the blinkers and everything on it. Got to get the, he rebuilt the motor on it. It had set for many, many years. This is some of the old stuff he pulled off. But it's really hard when you get something, excuse me, that they were working on. You don't really know kind of the status it was in. So you kind of got to lay everything out. It's kind of doing some investigative work. But we figured it out. Now, I don't know why he had the side cover off. The side cover's over there on the mat. But this thing, you see how dusty it is. Just covered with dust there. But that's the sand and dust from him working on his 66 Nova. But that thing is mint condition right there. And I'm really excited about getting that and getting that back going. Ironically, it matched. We always had orange race cars or some type of orange. So it's ironic he had that was a factory color that year in 76. Now, catch you up speed on the modified. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Ryan finished up the interior today. I tell you, my son does incredible interior work. He does incredible work, period. You just cannot imagine all of the details and multiple angles you're working with to get around these bars. He just does fantastic work. Got the cockpit in, and man, that is nice. We are really excited about this car. It's been a slow process. We're just very, very busy at work, and he works on whenever he can. Johnny's still over there working. We got all of our measurements, everything we're doing, the rear end, suspension stuff, and we're making progress. He got the fuel cell. I think he may have had that done last time I was with you, but he got the fuel cell mount finished. And we are going to put these plates on. We decided to not do this square tubing, and we did have these plates cut out, and we made those, or Brian drew those up with a CAD program off his computer. So we're going to put those back in where they bolt in right here, and that'll give us our 3-link suspension. So very, very good. Very good job. Looks fantastic. My little Legends car, we had a problem with the carburetors. I hadn't had a chance to take this thing out. It sat here so long, I flew around and let the carburetors just get gummed up. So I had them cleaned. They're in the bag. But I had to order some of these clamps around. I was going to try to do this today. We didn't get the clamps in time, so I'm going to put them on. We are going to take this over to my buddy's track as soon as we can. We will bring the cameras along for that. It's been just emotional really a month or so. We haven't had a chance to really visit with you, and we haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been very busy with my race car tires. You know, we got that business over there. But I tell you, this deal coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the death of my brother Gene, we were just best friends. And anyway, that was tough. And as I was saving on my tires, this has just been so busy with racing season. All these tires here. We groove these tires for you new viewers. We have this machine here that I have 3 grooving irons, and we do a lot of grooving. And this is how I pay for my toys. And I work in oil field. We're an oil and gas chemical company. We started selling these little F70s. These are new tire, little 8-inch tire that they're running on the new class around here. So we take those and buff all those. So anyways, but I've been very, very busy, even though we haven't been doing a whole lot of filming on YouTube, because just really been working on the modify whenever we can back there. I did get my new lights in there. I don't think you've seen those. I'm not sure. Boy, these are unbelievable. 14-inch LED lights. It is so bright in here now, and we love that. So anyway, that's where we're at. We'll give you a little snack video, catch you up to speed, and we'll be right back with you. Well, I hope you guys don't mind a little rambling there, but I did want to catch you up to speed since we've been taking a break off of YouTube here for the past couple of months now. But we just got so much going on. But I'm fixing to retire here in just a matter of about 4 or 5 months. And we're going to have some fun then. We'll take the camera along with us. We're going to make sure we're going to play with our Thunderbird some, plus our truck. We've got a couple different road courses we're going to go play with. Back down at Houston, we got one up in Massillville, Texas, we're going to go try. And just go along and do a little track day stuff. So we'll kind of get back in the swing of things here pretty soon. Plus, we're going to take our Legends car over to my buddy's track over in Ruston, Louisiana. We'll take the cameras along for that as well. But appreciate you guys watching as always. Again, just want to try to bring you up to speed. And it's been really hard for me to deal with the loss of my brother. I tell you, it's just been devastating. And the closer it's gotten to this weekend, which we lost him, which will be tomorrow night at about 10:15 when he passed away. On June the 16th. We're recording this on the 15th, but that was really a big, big blow to our family. He built all of our race car motors, just a disaster. But you know, hey, God wanted him back home, and that's where he went. So he's in a better place. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. And I'll try not to take so long next time that we get back with you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.